And Merry Christmas to all of you, each and every one. From me and Scraps. I hope you're all sat anticipating Her Majesty at 3 o'clock or thereabouts. And I hope you're all enjoying Christmas Day. I hope you're all going to enjoy your dinner. And I don't expect to see many people watching this. I don't expect to see many people watching it because Christmas Day is designed to be spent with your family. Given that my family live miles away. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. And, my nearest family member, my mother and my two brothers, they live at least 6-7 miles away. Can't get down on Christmas Day to see them, but I will speak to them on the telephone at some point. Anyway, oh hey, look, got 3 people watching. Wow, is that 3 single men? 4? Wow. Hey, fucking, it's going up in it. I'm sorry about last night, folks. The battery died. Listen, if I just go off abruptly, I'm not going off abruptly deliberately. I'm going off abruptly because it means the bloody battery's died. And, yeah, Merry Christmas, Rob. I've not seen you for a while. Merry Christmas, DJ Vibe. And let me go to the other camera. Before I do, what's been happening? Well, not a lot really. I've had 2 cups of coffee. I've mulled my way through half a packet of digestives. We'll get them out of the way. I earned a quick tenner off my neighbour this morning. Young Dylan over the road wanted some software for his wanted some software and updates and stuff for his PlayStation. So he comes over here, I do it for him. And so that got me a quick tenner. So that's good enough. That's all good stuff. It all goes into the pot, doesn't it? Good morning, Washboard, or good afternoon, even Washboard. Not seen you for a while. The wife had you under the thumb, has she? Yeah. And a Merry Christmas to everybody. As I say. Right, the Ferguson. Where are we up to on the Ferguson? Well, last night I think you saw me just finishing. Well, I've just finished putting the deck back together, hadn't I? And I lost a washer on the floor, which I've still not found. But I will have one somewhere, so that will get replaced. Right. So if we switch to the other camera, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to play a record on it because I can't find a stylus. I can't find an ST15 or ST8, ST10. Can't find anything like that will fit the cartridge, and I've not really got a cartridge that I can swap over for the test. That I can just borrow even. There's just nothing. So we'll see what we can do. I've got bits of styluses. We'll see if we get something just in there. So we can at least have a listen to one record at least, and at least we know that it's working. Well, I know it's working. So what we'll do, we'll switch to camera number 2, which is the front camera on the phone. So if I press that, turn it around, there we go. And there's the Fergie. Right, that's the Ferguson, and as you can see, it's all back together. We've got a bit of droopy wireage going on there. I need to tuck these other 2 wires up. But what had happened with this? It was what had happened. Somebody at some point, I think, I believe that someone at some point has changed the tone arm wires and put thicker ones in out of the older decks in there. And the reason why I say that is because when I rerouted the tone arm wires, I could not get the arm to behave, no matter what I did. It would either stay stuck up in the air or it would drag backwards and pull off the record. So what I've had to do, because I haven't got any thin tone arm wires, I've had to make a modification to the back of the tone arm. Just clip a little bit of it away just to make clearance for the tone arm wires. It doesn't affect the operation of the tone arm. And we'll move over to here now, if I can, without sliding off my chair. Right. So basically, we'll turn it round. And let's just see if we can find that. I did have a bit of a stylus last night. Just see if we can find that. I mean, the problem we've got here, they're the screws that have got to go back inside it. I mean, I've got to put it all together yet. Still don't know where that spring come from, even if it's out of this, it might not be. But the thing actually works. So, we've got this one here. We've got this one here, which is a Ronette, which is brand new, but the problem is it won't fucking fit. You know? It won't fit, which is a bastard. And the wires need to be tucked out of the way. See, they won't fit in, that won't fit into there. Which is, but that being said, snap the edges off it there. I might be able to get it to just slide in under the clip. If I can, I'll be able to use it. There we go. I mean, it's no good for now else. Now anyway. So what we'll do is slide that in between the clip. Get that nice and level. Now let's try that. It's not very secure. What you'll say? No, it might look a bit of fucking 78 RPM one. And you know, the well, there's the other one I was looking for. Put that there. Yeah.
Shut that door, it's freezing cold in here. Shut that door, I'm feeling rather queer. I haven't felt myself all day, 'cause I've been all alone. So
You know, I sprayed that knob last night.
I got laryngitis, my throat was very sore. Went to see my doctor, his wife answered the door. I whispered, "Who's the doctor?" in my voice was very hoarse. She whispered no and pulled me in and promptly shut that door. Shut that door, it's freezing cold in here. Shut that door, I'm feeling rather queer. I haven't felt myself all day, 'cause I've been all alone. So come inside and shut that door and make yourself at home. I wish I could lie down for a minute. The doctor, he came in and said my temperature was high. He said, now take off all your clothes, there's no need to be shy. I stood there wearing just a smile, the room was like a tent. Don't know where the draft came from, but I know where it went. Shut that door, it's freezing cold in here. Shut that door, I'm feeling rather queer. I haven't felt myself all day, 'cause I've been all alone. So come inside and shut that door and make yourself at home. Just look at the look on this microphone here. Feeling ill the other night, I dreamt I went to heaven. Joined the queue at the pearly gates, instruction there together.
It's got quite a good wick on it as well, folks. Not bad.
Then realised there was book below and promptly shut that door. Shut that door, it's freezing cold in here. Shut that door, I'm feeling rather queer. I haven't felt myself all day, 'cause I've been all alone. So come inside and shut that door and make yourself at home. Shut that door. Oh dear, I've got one of the funny turns going on this thing. Let's have a drop of brandy, get me some brandy, and don't water it. Oh dear, all my legs are going to water, all my back's killing me again. Oh dear, I've got to go.
Round and around and around and around, yeah, round and around and around.
Twist round and round and round like a Philly shave.
Round and round,
Without a rotary action like the Philly shave.
round and round.
Twist up and down and tilt like it's floating heads.
Unique Philly shave.
Twist here, twist there, twist just like it's floating heads.
Philly shave.
Floating heads caress your face.
Like the softest hand.
Stubborn whiskers go without a trace.
We can't avoid his hand.
But his personal touch is so unique.
Only Philly shave.
It's made for every face by a new technique. Let's twist! Floating heads caress your face.
Like the softest hand.
Stubborn whiskers go without a trace.
We can't avoid his hand.
Now this personal touch is so unique.
Only Philly shave.
And it's made for every face by a new technique. Well, now it's made to measure shaving with the Philly shave.
Personal touch.
Your toughest stubble, don't worry, Philly shave.
Personal touch.
Here's the modern twisting shaving that a razor never gave. Shave smoother, quicker, closer. Away the Phillips.
Round and around and around.
Away the Phillips.
Round and around and around.
I said a Phillips. Philly shave.
Philly shave. Philly shave.
There you go. Spot on. It switches off every time now like it should. There we go. Switches off every time like it should. And given that that's got the wrong needle in it, stylus even, that sounded actually not bad. Not a lot of hum there. Don't know why that's crackly. I cleaned that last night. Volume one's alright. Anyway, what's left to do with this? Well, the next thing is to give it a clean. I've got these screws to put back inside for the cord clamps and stuff. I've got the little restrainer for the motor to put back in, motor wires. How much shit have we got on that needle? And I need to tuck them wires there out of the way. What I'll actually do with them, I'll put a bit of heat shrink on them and then shove it under the cartridge. That'll get rid of those. And I might have some rubber bungs somewhere because there's supposed to be rubber bungs in here and they're all missing. That's why I think the wiring was replaced. But I've managed to make a modification. I just clipped a bit of the arm away at the back here, right at the very base, just so the wire's got the clearance. Because there was no clearance for the wire. No matter how you threaded it through, there just wasn't the clearance. So that told me the wire had been replaced. Either the wire had been replaced or the arm had been replaced. Because it could have been it could have been a different arm that was on this. You know, it might have had a bit more sticking out the back to allow the extra clearance. I don't know, but it could have even had this piece here replaced. But lift the arm up, it could have had the gimbal replaced. That could have been it. But because I haven't got another one to compare it with, I don't know. But all these decks I've ever seen, I've always had thin wires in them. I don't think I've ever seen one with thick wires. But I'm happy with it, folks. I mean, it's not took much to turn it round, really. It's, you know, it's had the capacitors done, and we've got no hum there. Can't even tell it's on even. So you turn it up, which is normal. There's no hum or anything. What else can I say? Yeah, the lady who sold me this. I actually told her what my intentions were, and she insisted I sent her some links. Sent her a link. So I've been sending her a link to the live videos. Whether she catches me actually on the live, whether she actually watches the live, I don't know. But I'll send her a link afterwards in case she hasn't, and she can see what's happened to her old record player. I mean, this is how, when she bought it from eBay, I think she told me that it was sold to her as working. So the way it is now is the way she should have got it in the first place. But, you know, hey, you never know, you know, folks. You might even want to buy it back. Some people do, you know. I bought a Decker off a guy. That Decker 205, I bought that off a fella. And the same fella who purchased it, the same fella I bought it from, is coming back to buy it from me on Sunday. So that does happen, you know. The person who, the original person that had it, sometimes wants them back. You know, they see that they've been done, and they sometimes want them back. So we'll see. There again, she might just be interested because, well, to see it work. But we don't know these things, and I will find out, I dare say. But I've had a good piece of luck this week. I've had a good run the last week or so on record players, and that's why I bought this. I mean, really, I couldn't afford this, but because I got it for a nice price, I got it for £15, and that's between £10 and £15 is what I like to pay for them in the condition that this was in when I got it. And that's how that's the price I like to pay. You know, but you know, I'm very confident. You know, in the fact that when I send this back out, whoever gets it, they're going to be very happy with it. I mean, I guarantee the other thing I do, and no one else I know does. I mean, I guarantee everything for 3 months. If I sell it, I guarantee for 3 months, providing the screwdriver merchant doesn't go in there and tamper with it. Then all bets are off if that happens. I guarantee the player, but I don't guarantee the stylus. Because, hey, you can't blame me if someone plays a crap record, can you? You can't blame me for that. But let's just check. Let's just take these records off a minute. Because I want to check the play weight. I want to see what the play weight is. Because for the cartridge that's in here, you want to be between 4 and 5, anywhere between 4 and 6 grams for this cartridge. So, and given that the scales are slightly elevated, we can take a couple of grams off. You won't be able to see this, and without my glasses, I won't be able to fucking see it either. So we'll pop that as near the middle as we can. 8.3. But saying that, it's a bit heavier, so I can't really. Can I bring that down to there? About the height of the turntable now. No, we're still too heavy. So what we'll do. We'll lighten the arm a little bit because we don't want it 8 grams on a record. Let's try that. Oops. 4.51. Yeah. Let's play a record on that now and see how we sound. Oh, let's turn the scales off. I'm not a man of money, me, you know. And I leave these appliances that run on batteries turned on. Right. We'll play. This time we'll have Slack Alice because we had the Philly Shakers before. Just wipe the grease off it and the shit. Right. Let's see. See, anywhere between 4 and 6 grams is adequate.
I know a girl, Slack Alice. She's been around for years. Rosebud lips and 40 hips. That gives you some idea. She lives at Crystal Palace. She bottles pickles there. She really knows her onions. A girl beyond compare. Slack Alice. She's the one who lost her drawers at Crystal Palace. She loves football, always takes a raffle. She's so sporty, she could tell the referee was being naughty, and he only had half a pin in his whistle. She said that referee's unfair, and threw her knickers in the air. Well, that's Alice, Slack Alice. She's a raver. The Salvation Army tried, but couldn't save her. And they don't gonna be freedom. Dropped her banner and was acting in a most peculiar manner. I don't know what she was trying to do with a big drum. She was shouting, "Do or die," when they muffled her war cry. Poor old Alice, Slack Alice, she's going steady. And after 40 years, I think she's ready. She must be 90 inches a day. Found a lover, a coalman by the name of Charlie Glover. And he's the one painting. When things are looking black, he still gets his nutty slack. Good old Alice, Slack Alice, there'll be a wedding, and that's a day that I, for one, am dreading. I can see her now, white face, black neck, she looks shocking. When she tries to squeeze into that body stocking, she's a very big girl, and she'll wear her big red hat. And you know what they say about that? Well, that's Alice, Slack Alice. Well, you know he's got her, I can tell you that. Oh, she does sweat. Mr. Regular, he's taking it on so much that it's sorted stuff out of it himself.
There you go. I'm happy with that, folks. That played absolutely beautifully. Just below 5 grams. So, what more can you ask for, eh, folks? Still doing its job years after it was made. And doing it very well. Thanks to a bit of servicing. And that's all these ever need. All they ever need is a bit of servicing. I've never, you know, in all my years in the game, and trust me, folks, I've been in this. I've been in this business a long time. I started. Well, I'll give you an idea. I started off by knowing nothing, and I still know nothing. So nothing's changed. Anyway, serious. In all joking apart, in seriousness, you know, I've never come across one of these decks that can't be repaired, apart from that one that Charlie brought me in that HMV stereo unit. That was knackered because he ruined it. Otherwise, it would have been it would have turned out a nice deck. But he ruined it. These things happen even. But this is now ready. I have got a new stylus on order, but I won't get it till sometime in the new year. Ooh. I won't get it till sometime in the new year. The height on the tone arm, I'll go through the adjustments with you. If I can turn it round, and I can try and go through the adjustments, well, I like to do, as you know. Let's put the stylus scales away. They are turned off, yes. Right, the adjustments. To adjust the height, I haven't got the right size screwdriver at this point. To adjust the height of the arm, you adjust the screw in that little hole there, but don't press it down too hard, or you'll break the plastic thing. You'll break the plastic mount that the screw goes into for the adjuster, for the lifter rather, the pad or whatever you want to call it. Now, this adjuster here is for the stylus set down point. That one there with the spring on it is for you adjust it in, you adjust it clockwise to move it forward, anti-clockwise to bring it back. And that's accumulated a bit of shit, that stylus, look at that. I only played one record on it. Right, I'm not going to send it out with that stylus in it. I have got a stylus coming. There we go. I have got a stylus coming, which will be here sometime about the 6th of next month. So that's when I won't offer this for sale just yet because I can't guarantee when the stylus will come. I have ordered it. And for the tone arm stylus pressure, let's just push that spring so we're fairly up. We're not going to pull out. That's it. That's it. You adjust the spring here. You just move the spring up and down and clip it into the little clip there where my finger is. Well, what most people call the naughty finger. Put it into there. There we go. And there are no other adjustments for these. Yeah, but I've got a feeling. That this is not the right arm for this. I could be wrong, but I think somebody's changed the arm at some point. I'll know because I've got one in the shed. One of these decks which is supposed to have this arm. So let's just run that through the cycle because I moved the arm all the way to the middle. There we go. Now I'm going to turn it on, it'll just go around and do nothing. The speeds work absolutely beautifully. Look at that. 16, 33, 45, 78. You can do it. Look at that. You can do it just with your finger, look. And there's plenty of torque in that turntable. And the controls on this are like butter. And that's how they should be, because these controls, and look at that turntable. That's nice. Smooth like it should be. That's how it would have been, that's how it should be. What else can we say about this? Not a lot really. I will put these screws back in that hold the relative cord clamps and stuff in place. P-clips and things, so everything's as it should be. The valves are good and strong in this, there's plenty. Plenty of sound out of it. It's turn it off now. One of the loudest I've heard. This particular type. And then it just locks down. All needs a good polish. A good wash. I mean, you don't need to see me. I'll do. Well, hey up, it's the Mildred. Hello, Mildred.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Trump.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Mildred. You're on live, by the way. I'm doing a video.
Doing a video?
I'm doing a video, Mildred. Yes.
Christmas Day, doing a video on
Record players.
Ferguson Record Player.
Yeah. Do you want to buy a Ferguson?
No, I don't want to buy Mr. Ferguson.
Right. Well, somebody will.
Well, somebody will have him.
Oh, somebody will definitely have him. I'm assured of that.
Put a comment in on your video that this machine will be going on Facebook Market when it's repaired.
Oh, they already know that. They already know that, Mildred.
I should let you get on with it.
Right.
I'll see you in a bit.
And I shall see you later, my friend. You have a good Christmas day.
See you in a bit.
I'll see you later, mate.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. That was the Mildred. Everybody should have a Mildred. You never know when it comes in handy. You know, but make sure you get one like I've got that's house trained. You can't go through life with a Mildred that's not house trained. Bloody hell. There's something stuck under my bloody chair wheel. Hang on a minute. That is proven impossible. What is it? My fucking cloth. And a Jim Reeves cassette case. You shouldn't be down there. No cassette of it like one. There we go. So let's have a look at the chat then. 8 people watching now. I don't expect to get a lot on Christmas Day. I expect people to spend it with their family. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Rob. Merry Christmas. Is that Byron? Byron Patrick? Merry Christmas, Aaron. Hang on. Yep. I've never actually done. I've never done a lube job on the bottom motor on the bottom bearing of a Garrard 401. I don't get Garrard 401s. They're too expensive. I mean, for what they are, 301s and 401s. Although I'm a Garrard man, I wouldn't buy them because they're too expensive. And for what they are, you don't even get a tone arm with them. I think they're just dear for what they are. But I've never done one, but that's not to say I wouldn't do one. I would if somebody wanted it doing. How am I getting on with what? The Ferguson? The Ferguson's done. I've just got this one here. That's done. That's fixed. That's ready to go. It just needs the screws putting back in and the stylus. The correct stylus going in, and that's ready to go. Let me just see who else have I not. Yes, you can stack records on this DJ Vibe. Yes, you can stack up to, I think it's 7 or 8 records on it. That's 7-inch, and 10-inch because they're thicker. You do about 4 or 5, and LPs which vary in thickness. I've had some LPs you can see through the bastard and things. Believe it or not, they're that thin. You can do about 4 or 5 LPs as well. Would you want to? Yeah, maybe. Suze Hill Kumar. Have I pronounced that correctly? If not, I apologise. And a Merry Christmas to you too. I'm just seeing if I've missed anybody. Merry Christmas Washboard. I've seen you. Yep, absolutely. That thing you could read from. I had a. I had, or rather, my dad had a Mario Lanza LP, the Mario Lanza Christmas album, and he liked to have it on every year. And I tried to play it. It was a black vinyl album. I tried to play it on a Shark VZ3000, and it wouldn't play because it detected there was no record in the machine, and it wouldn't play. So because it detected there was no record in there, and I had to put a bit of tape over the sensor to make it to trick it into thinking there was a record in there, when there actually was a record in there. It was that thin. I had, when my dad died, my mum handed me his records, his Mario Lanza collection, and I passed them on because I didn't want them things. I grew up having to play them for him because he didn't know how to operate the bloody record player. I mean, my dad wasn't stupid. He just wasn't technology minded. He was old school. He was a lorry driver, my dad, and that's what he did. But he wasn't mired. He wasn't interested in learning how the record player worked or whatever. I mean, he was, that's well, you could say that's what he had me for, and he used to get me up every Christmas morning. He used to get me up twice a year. Once on his birthday, he used to like his bowl of cornflakes on his birthday, and his Mario Lanza collection playing. So and the same ritual on Christmas Day. And I couldn't leave the room in case something happened, like a record stuck or whatever, you know. And I had to listen to the whole bloody lot of them. I grew up hating Mario Lanza. And anyway, this woman came. I repaired a Sony stereo for her. And it wasn't really worth repairing, but it was her late husband's. And she wanted it repairing because it was sentimental to her. So I repaired it. And she came to pick it up. And we was talking about Mario Lanza, and she mentioned him. I said, "Oh, do you like him?" She said, "I do." I said, "Hang on there a minute, love." Dot, she was called. I said, "Hang on there a minute, Dot." Uh, so I went on my bookcase and I pulled all them records off, and I said, "Yeah, I'll take them home. Fill your boots." I said, "Have you got a record player?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Right, we'll take them home and fill your boots and enjoy them." I said, "They were my dad's." I said, "They were my dad's." I says, "And my mum passed them to me when my dad passed away." She said, "Well, do they not mean anything to you?" I said, "Love, to be honest, they don't mean a thing to me." I said, "They don't mean a thing." I said, "I grew up having to listen to them things twice a year, every year." I said, "And to be honest," I says, all they're going to do is sit on my bookcase, and when I snuff it and my daughter gets all my stuff, all she'll do is probably fling them anyway." I said, "Listen, if you're going to enjoy them, you take them." "Oh," she says, "I will," she says. She says, "What was your dad's name?" I says, "He was called Jack." I says, "He was a lorry driver." "Oh," she says, "My late husband was a lorry driver." She says he passed away a few weeks ago, like. I said, "Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, love, really, honestly, but, yeah, you take them. You enjoy them." So she ended up with them. And, that was it. She got them. And it's nice to know that you've made somebody's day. Made my day to see the back of them. Because I couldn't exactly tell my mum to go and get rubbed. I didn't want them. My mum knows I haven't got them now. I told her, so I'd give them to somebody that wanted them. But she knows I haven't got them. But I couldn't exactly say to my mum, "Go and get rubbed. I don't want them things." Couldn't do that, could I? My screen just flickered. Went off and come back on. Why did it do that? My battery's I've still got a battery there. Try and get off today before the battery actually runs out. Let's just catch up on the chat, and I think we'll have a bit of a questions and answers. You can ask me what you want, and I'll do my best to answer it. Yeah. Byron Patrick likes to fix things as well. It's all well and good. It saves buying it and paying someone else to do it. Great when you've got the talent and you've got the knowledge. Yeah, I know that, but I know you don't. But my dad wasn't technically minded, and I think the last time he used a record player, I know you don't, but I think the last time he used one, I think he wound it up. But and I also think the other convenience was he didn't have to get out of his seat, did he? He had me. And I mean, we had a radiogram in our front room, a GEC radiogram. It was a really nice thing. It actually had an impressive sound as well. No, I didn't. No, I didn't used to repair in a shop service centre. I've been servicing equipment since I was about, to be honest, I like to say from about the age of 9. I was probably a bit younger, but about 9 sounds about right. I can still remember the first repair I ever did. Doing your first repair successfully is like shagging your first woman. There's just certain things, or the first time you're able to ride a bike without falling off it. They're just things that you don't forget. The first thing I ever repaired was a radio for my Auntie Winnie. Battery wire had come off, and that's all that was wrong with it. So all I did, I stripped the wire back with my teeth, and wrapped it round the spring, popped the batteries back in, and it fired up. So that was the first thing I ever did. The first thing I ever did. But I already had an interest because the way radio worked as a kid fascinated me, and it still does. And it's never lost its magic. And I wanted to learn all about it, so I did. But I've never actually worked for anybody. I never worked in a service centre. I've always worked on my own. I'm self-taught. And that's it. I mean, you get people who did work in service centres and they knew absolutely fuck all. That's not everybody, but a few of them. We had a guy. Come from Norweb to look at a hi-fi that my dad had bought that was still under warranty. So obviously I couldn't do it because it was still under warranty. And when you turned this thing on, it was a binatone or binatone, however you choose to pronounce it. But it was a right piece of shit. And basically, when you turned this thing on, it came on about half fucking volume and nearly took the fucking roof off. And it had one of them encoders for the volume control, or sort of encoder. Hold it left to go up, hold it right to go up, and fucking left to come down. Or press and hold the button on the remote control. Crap. But this thing used to come on halfway up. And the guy came out, the so-called technician from Norweb, Focus. He came out and he took the record deck out, which, that was correct. You could do it that way, because there was enough room to get to where you needed to be. And he couldn't do it. He didn't have a clue. I says, "What are you looking for, mate?" He says, "Well, there's got to be some way of turning it down." So I stuck my head over his shoulder. I said, "Why don't you try that fucking preset there? One nearest the amplifier chip. Try that." I said, "You can always put it back in the position it was in." Anyway, he did. It was the right one. So, there's only one preset there. And it wasn't for bias or out. It used TDA 2030 for the left and right channel, one for each channel, and they were crap. Too much volume, the fuckers used to explode. Rubbish. But I'm completely self-taught. I did get offered a job once when I lived in Scotland in the early 90s for a couple of years. I got offered a job by the local TV repairman because he got fed up of me undercutting him. So he offered me. So rather than bear a grudge against me, he decided to employ me, or try to employ me. But he couldn't pay. He couldn't pay the kind of wages that I wanted to. He couldn't afford me basically. He made me an offer. I told him what I needed, and he couldn't do it. So it was the end of it. That never happened. But he was a nice fella. You know. Yeah, I'm just catching up with the chat. If you give me a minute for lads and lasses even, because I know there are some females who do watch my channel. Thanks for replying. Thanks. I mean, hang on. Oh, you're welcome there, DJ Viber. As long as you get something out of my videos, that's all that matters. I try and keep them as educational and as humorous as possible. I do my best. You know, but I never went to college. I did actually when I lived in Scotland. I did actually enroll. I did actually go to college because I was in between jobs. In other words, I was fucking on the dole. Or if you're in Ireland, I was on the brew. If you're in Scotland, I was on the brew. In the UK, in England, I was on the dole. But I like to say I was in between jobs. Anyway, I was in between jobs. I was in between jobs. Anyway, and I got sent to a college, to Edinburgh College, by the job centre, and I got sent there on this restart thing. So I thought I'll give it a go. It's something I'm interested in, so I'll give it a go. So I went, cycled up there, and I went, and the first day, the lecturer or instructor, whatever you want to call him, I called him my boss head really because he probably was a bit of a dick. Anyway, and he asked us what our experiences were in. So I said, well, my experiences in televisions, hi-fis, VCRs, that kind of thing. It's what I like to do. What did he have us doing? Looking at how washing machine goes through its wash cycle. And he says, right, you build these boards up. I said, but I don't want to do that. I says, I'm not interested in how the washing machine washes me fucking dirty skids. I says, I'm not interested in the washing machine, how it works. I says, I came here because I want to do electronics. I says, and that's not my idea of it. Watching out, making a module up how a washing machine works. I don't want to do that. So I never done it. And I went back to the job centre and I explained, that it wasn't for me. So that was it. But now, if it had been if it had been something else like a cassette, a full Logic cassette deck or something like that, or a video recorder or telly, then yeah, I would have stuck the course. But I just thought the guy was a bit of an idiot. You know, in fact, I got bored. In fact, I got that bored. I ate my sandwiches just for something to do, even though the filling tasted like it came off the sole of my shoe. I remember what was on them fucking sandwiches, but it weren't nice. I made them, and I bought the shit that was in them, but it weren't what it actually was. Yeah, I remember what it was. It was that Heinz sandwich spread, you know, the stuff that looks like sick. It was that. And it used to be really nice and tangy and sweet all at the same time. But they changed the recipe and it now tastes horrible. Not nice at all. Yeah, I do swear, I do my best. Not deliberately. It's I suppose it depends. I suppose it depends on the world where the part of the world you come from. I'm just looking to see if I've had anything else. Yes, Sid James did have a filthy laugh, didn't he? Yeah, they reckon Ronnie Knight bumped him off, don't they? Because he was knocking Barbara Windsor off. Because I think Ronnie Knight was either married or he was having some sort of fling. I think he was married to Barbara Windsor. And Sid James was knocking her off. And I think it was in 1976, wasn't it, or thereabouts? They reckon Ronnie Knight bumped him off, put something in his scotch. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. Well, that's right. You decide what you want to do when you're an adult. I mean, you know, I enjoyed it more as a child, like, you know, because, you know, when you're a child, you don't have to think about anything, do you? You don't have to think about your bills, where your next meal's coming from, you know. That being said, I knew kids who went to school. I mean, we had, luckily, my dad had a good job. He was a lorry driver and he worked hard, very hard, he worked. And our cupboards, our food cupboards were always filled to stocked to the gills. They really were. There was never a time when there was something that we didn't have in. Never ran out of milk or tea bags of sugar. Never used to have to ask the neighbours. In fact, the neighbours used to knock on our door. But we never ran out of fuck all. We always had plenty. And I knew some people who didn't. I knew people that used to go to school only because they knew they were going to get a fucking nice hot dinner every day, and there was fuck all for them at tea time. You know, I knew I knew kids, and some of them were friends of mine, and they were in that position, and it was sad, really. But no, we used to get our cupboards were always full, and we could eat what we wanted, within reason, that is. And you know, there was always plenty of nice sweetie things in to eat and stuff, crisps and shit like that. You know, always plenty of stuff there. But yeah, I can think of a few people. I won't mention names, but yeah, some people didn't have, didn't have because the parents were fuck all but layabouts, really. Yeah. Yeah, what we got here? What's Aaron saying? Uh, yeah, that was good, that wasn't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought that other fella at the beginning. What was his name? That one, everything was a pound. You know, how much is it a pound? This is a pound. Everything was a pound. And at the end, Sid James says, "Don't tell me, pound." He says, "Yes." He says, "I thought it might be." Yeah, he got about 10 quid off him before he got through the game. Yeah, I just said, "Fuck off, you robbing bastard." Hello, Anne. Hope you and Pete are okay, and Merry Christmas. Yeah. Wee Beastie, who's that? Happy Crimbo. Yeah, Happy Crimbo to you as well. Mr. Fiddler. No, I'm not Mr. Fiddler. I'm not Mr. Fiddler. I'm not speaking of actually speaking of young George. I've not heard from young George for a while. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Oh, that was it. Yeah, Mr. Fiddler. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Fiddler. Yeah. I couldn't think of that fella's fucking name. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, he was on the gate. Yeah, we got a pound. Yeah. I remember once, I went to Blackpool, and the woman said, she says it's she says she says £10, it's £10 for the room and £5 for the dog. I says, I haven't got five, I haven't got a dog. She said, no, we have. You've got his room. Or £10 each rather than £5 for the dog. Yeah, we haven't got a dog. No, we have. You got his room. Yeah, yeah. You know something? Speaking of Carry On films, there was really only a handful of them that I actually liked. Because to be honest with you, they went stupidly stupid, didn't they? I mean, I think to be honest, I think they made too many of them. Carry On Sergeant was okay. Carry On, all the black and white ones were okay, so I don't have to name them. They were all okay, the black and white ones. One or two of the colour ones were okay, but what I did like was the one where they all worked in that factory making toilets. Every excuse they went on strike. That basically was the level of the country at the time, wasn't it? The mentality of the country at the time. No, I haven't. No, the one where they worked in the bog factory was called "Carry On at Your Convenience," wasn't it? Fucking yeah, fucking Kenneth Williams played the part of W.C. Boggs. Yeah, fucking hell. But they did. They went from them films, the Carry On films. They went from funny to stupid. You know, On the Buses was good. I've not seen the Rag Trade, so I can't comment. But On the Buses, that was okay. But the continuity was a bit crap. I mean, on one episode, you could see the microphone in the picture. They had a boom mic and they all sat round the dining table. Doris Hare and Reg Varney and Jack and whatnot. They all sat round the fucking table. Fucking Olive, she was a big unit, wasn't she? Hang on. And you could just see the mic at the top of the screen. Oh yeah, the continuity on that left was something to be desired. My favourite part in that was it Mutiny on the Buses when they said when they put the he put the fish and chips on the manifold and set the paper on fire. Could it possibly be done that? I don't mean putting your dinner on the manifold. Yeah, that can be done. And there's lots of people who claim they've done it. But there again, everybody's seen the full Monty as well. It was done in the full Monty, wasn't it? Where fucking that fat Dave said to fucking Lomper, where's me rice? He said, try to in the head, Tubby. Yeah, that was that was Holiday on the Buses, wasn't it? Yeah, they poured that fucking petrol and fucking paint stripper mixture, whatever it was, down the fucking bog, and fucking Stan went for it. He threw his fag end down, didn't he? he went for a piss or something, or he threw his fag end down the bog. I mean, that would never happen. That's impossible. But it was good television, wasn't it? You know, it was good television, but it would never happen. I mean, you would need a spark to do that. I mean, you can actually get a cigarette and drop it in petrol, and he's Sprinter. Oh, he's fucking back, is he? Yeah. Hi, Fatty, you okay? Yeah, I'm not too bad. You want to try fucking looking in the mirror? You ugly bastard. Yeah, fucking, one thing to be known, anybody gives me shit, they get it back. Yeah, I think that was it, wasn't it? It was summer, wasn't it? And all the drains blew up in Blakey's face, didn't they? And then they had that toilet in the bushes. And they had someone coming, so they had the toilet in the bushes. And then that couple come round the corner and said, look, they've got everything here in case you get caught short on your way back. Dave Allen, yeah. You know, I used to like, you know, one of my favourite things that was ever made. One of my favourite things that was ever made, and I don't get tired of watching it, was Open All Hours. You know, I didn't like the Still Open All Hours that they made recently, but a few years ago, I thought that was crap. But the original with Ronnie Barker. Oh, I fuck up. Hey, Sprinter, why don't you fucking. What's that? A load of Zeds? Why don't you shove your fucking head up your fat ass? Yeah, fuck yeah. I'll tell you what, send me a photograph of yourself. I'll put it on the back of the bog door. It'll frighten the turd out of my ass. Yeah, fucking, you know, I liked Open All Hours. And I've got every episode of it on a hard drive. And I never get tired of watching Ronnie Barker. He was a genius, man. He really was. You know, when David Jason called him the governor, he wasn't wrong. You know, but but what I didn't like about the new program they made was all the years that Granville was telling Arkwright he shouldn't be robbing people. When Granville took over, he robbed people. It turned into Arkwright, and a very bad Arkwright, and because it's like Columbo. Nobody could be Columbo in the same way Peter Falk was Columbo. Nobody could be Arkwright, no matter what you do. You just couldn't. I mean, what did Arkwright was that stutter, and nobody could do it the way he did it. And I don't care, he was, he was really. No, I don't need moderators. I just look at the chat and I just tell people fuck off if I don't like it. I don't need moderators. I'm moderating myself. Yeah. But I don't think Ace at Sprinter will take much moderating. I don't need moderators. The only time you need moderators is if you expect to get a load of shit. Doesn't bother me that. I mean, people can say what they want. It doesn't bother me. I don't give a shit. You know, I'm just having a look to see how the battery is doing because I'll be going soon anyway. I need a brain. Really? I need a brain. Have you heard that, folks? I'm enjoying this guy before I block him. Yeah. Yeah. I need a brain. What can I come up with that? Well, I'll tell you what. Give me yours. Oh, no, you ain't got one either, have you? No, you've not got one either. Do you know something? Do you know something? If fucking, do you know something, Ace Printer? Do you know if you had two brain cells, they'd still complain for room. They'd still moan about fucking space. Yeah, you've not got enough fucking brains to fill a fucking smartie, you cunt. David Jason, yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, no. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Yeah, you know, uh, no, when all said and done, uh, when all said and done, I wasn't really a big fan of Only Fools and Horses, because to be honest with you, I found for the most part it was stupid. But the part I did like was when they were running through the town centre dressed as Batman and Robin. Now that was a classic. And the bit where the part where Dell stood in the pub, and the guy lifts the action, he goes and he falls, he leans forward, leans sideways, and falls over. There was some good bits, but for the most part, I thought it was stupid. But it was good television for the time it was made. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one I'm on about. When David Jason fell over, the barman lifted the hatch, and he went to rest his arm on it. Then he went sideways and fucking fell over. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, my favorite, I'd have to say, if I had to pick a favorite from the 70s or the 80s, my favorite would be, without any question of a doubt, my favorite would be Ronnie Barker because he could do everything. I mean, he could turn his hand to anything, and you know. He was just good at what he did. He knew his craft very, very well, and he understood it. Definitely. Yeah, Dad's Army. Yeah, I thought Dad's Army was good. It's the only thing I can say about Dad's Army. I just hope we never end up with. I just hope we never end up. I just hope we never end up in World War Three and have to depend on people like that. Because I think our winning streak might be over. You know, but yeah, brilliant for what it was. Brilliant television. And that was that came at the right time because the war had only been over about 20, 30 years, somewhat daft like that. It was still fresh in a lot of people's minds. A lot of people still hated the Germans. Of course, we don't these days. But a lot of people back then still did had a lot of resentment, and that captured the mood perfectly. And it was good television for the era in which it was made. I mean, what about Love Thy Neighbour? I never saw the prisoner. I never saw the prisoner. Oh no, no, no! He only no. His printer only comes out of there. He only comes out. He only comes out during the day. He's working on being Dracula, but in reverse. He comes out during the day and goes back in at night. Don't really see much of him there, do we? But no, he's okay. If he's entitled to his opinion. Doesn't fucking mean anything, but he's entitled to it. Yeah, yeah. I like a keyboard warrior. I don't mind one being there. Don't bother me that. But yeah, love thy neighbour. What a good, eh? Man about the house, Sid James. He was another classic act, wasn't he, Sid James? They couldn't. To be honest with you, these days they couldn't make it because they wouldn't know how, or they wouldn't be allowed to because of political correctness. Look at all them names they used to call each other in Love Thy Neighbour. I won't mention any, but yeah, they used to use the N word and everything, and they just ran off, didn't it? And I remember back in the day. It wasn't considered as racist. It was, I don't know what's gone on. Something's just gone wrong. George and Mildred, yeah, he lives round the corner, doesn't he? Yeah, Mildred. Yeah, yeah. What about? Uh, I can't fucking read that. Is that John? No, no. I'm trying to fucking read it. Has Ace Printer spelt something fucking wrong here? No. No, this is not my mate. Don't think so. No, they wouldn't be allowed. You can't even call somebody a bald bastard. Because if you call somebody a bald bastard, they think you're having a go at them. How many people have got a bald head on here? Out of interest, how many people have got a bald head? You know, yeah, it was all good. It was all good stuff. We beast. It really was, mate. All good stuff. Yeah, how many people have got a bald? Have you got a bald head, Ace Printer? You got a bald head? I bet he's got a bald head. He's got bald bollocks and all. You got a bald head? Yeah. Well, I've not got a bald head. Well, I've got an air hole in the top of it, but well, I did have it. Seems to have disappeared. Uh, Even though it's turned into a comb over. Oh, so you got a bit round the side. What about round the back? My dad had a bald head, you know, and he was very sensitive, my dad, about his bald head. I remember once I took a camera around to show him that I'd just bought, and I took his photograph, and he said, "You could have left it till tomorrow." I says, "Why?" He says, "I'm having my hair done." I says, "Well, you having a short back and polish?" And he smacked my sister around the side of the head. He said, "What is it?" She said, "What the bloody hell was that for?" He said, laughing at him while he's taking the piss out of me. Yeah, he wasn't. It was very. Yeah, you know. Yeah, there's yeah, there's many bald people in this world, and there's always a reason for it, isn't there? I mean, what's the? I like that excuse to use. Grass never grows on a busy street. Have you got a busy street, a sprinter? You know, he seems to have gone quiet. Probably planning his next onslaught. Hey, I've got a red thing in a bell up there. I've only just noticed. Who's come on? Oh, it's Steve's latest video. I'll have to watch that in a bit. We'll be on that in a bit, Steve. I'll watch that while I'm eating me dinner. Yeah. Anyway, Ace Printer, send me a picture of yourself. I'll put it on the back of the bog door. It'll frighten the turd out of my ass. That's the best thing I've said yet, really. Oh, well. I don't know. Shit happens, folks. Shit happens. Anyway, listen. I'm going to get off before the battery runs out. And listen, you all have a good Christmas, guys. Enjoy what's left of it. You know, you all have a good day, what's left of it, and have a better one tomorrow. And you all take care, and I will. There won't be another video on this record player now. This project's finished, isn't it? You're scared. You're scared. You fucking need to be. You don't realise the fucking dark powers that you're awakening. Anyway, folks, you all stay safe as well, and I'll stay safe. And I'm gonna. I don't drink sherry, you cheeky bastard. But if I can't be woofter. You know something? I'm gonna tell you, folks. You know that Ace Printer, do you know, right? He drinks Pims. He fucking does, you know. He drinks Pims. He's a Pims man. And I'll tell you something else about him and all. I'm going to phone him up in a minute because I know who he is. I shall catch us all later. Get there your phone. I'm gonna ring you up. I'll see you all later, folks. You all take it easy and bye for now. And what have I clicked the fucking mouse for when I'm on the fucking phone here? Just shows you what a dopey fucker I am, doesn't it? There we go. I should have that tune, shouldn't I? God Save the Queen. Hey, she's on at 3:00, isn't she? I wonder what she's gonna rabbit on about this year. Hey, I went to an acid house party once, you know. I was fucking rat-assed. I drank 3 car batteries. I'll catch you later. Bye for now.